Hello friends, I welcome you back to my YouTube channel. Greetings to everyone who has already subscribed. Wilson Mugaya official. In today's video, I'm going to show you African foods that is needed in African restaurant. And if you're interested and you want to start up to cook or prepare African dishes, please stay on the video so that you can know the favorite African food that you can prepare for your customers. In order to diversify your market in your restaurant, you may be in a certain place where Africans are, so you have gotten a chance to know which kind of food is ever and loved by Africans. So stay on the video, and if you are new here, please consider to subscribe so that you cannot miss out interesting videos like this one. So in today's video, let's go and see the favorite dishes for Africans. If you're nearby the Africans and they always maybe ask you the food they want, you have gotten a chance. So now let's start with the breakfast. Always breakfast, most of the African people, they need this kind of food. It is called green banana, and it is known as matoke. This is always good for the breakfast, so you better know that such kind of food is always loved by the African for the breakfast. So let's go to the soup sauce. Most of the African people, they like soup sauce so that they can actually enjoy their meals during lunchtime, dinner, and even supper. So my dear friend, if you're interested in opening up an African restaurant or African dishes, it is better you start preparing soup sauces so that you can be able to diversify your market in African restaurant. There is also chicken. African people like chicken too, and most of the soup or the sauce they want, actually they need something that contains some soup. So you better know that African people always like such kind of food. So let's go to this kind of food we prepare in Africa. We always use banana leaves, better banana leaves, so that we can put in our kind of sauce we want to prepare. We put in ingredients and then we boil in a certain container or saucepan so that it can contain its good scent, and it is always good and desirable by most of Africans. So this is the kind of meat also. It is always very nice in Africa, and most of African countries, cultures, they always use it even for the introduction, for the in-laws. So it is better if you are interested to start up preparing such kind of soup or sauce. Let's go to this one here. This is also good, and we will start talking about green banana. Green banana is actually favorable for African people, African countries, including fish. You know, African countries, they are good at eating fish. Fish is always in Africa, so long as, since we have nice water bodies, we have good species of fish, including tilapia and even Nilo perch, even some other kinds of fish. In Africa, there is a lot of fish. So it is better if you're interested and you want to open up African restaurant wherever you are, please, you have to prepare such kind of food. African people, they like also deep fried fish. It is also good to prepare in Africa, since African people, they like fish so much, fresh fish. They have fresh water bodies, so fish is always good for the African people. So if you're interested, please, you have to prepare such kind of, wherever you are, either you are outside Africa or you are in Africa and you want to carry out restaurant, please, these are some of the favorable kind of food liked by most of the African countries, African people. So if you are interested, these are some of the foods that they need. Let's go to green banana and even greens, or that's what we put aside on this kind of food. It is also called matoke in East Africa. This food is always interested in East Africa and even in Central Africa, even some parts of West Africa. This food is always needed there. So in case you are in a certain place where Africans are, it is better to start preparing such kind of food. You'll be supported by African people. This is the most favorable kinds of food that needed by Africans. Another kind of sauce, we have guinea nuts. Africans like guinea nuts so much, and it is ever eaten on several kinds of food like this banana and even some other kinds of food. It is always mixed up with different soup, meat, beans. Always sometimes it is mixed up so that people can enjoy this kind of food. So these are the most wanted food or dishes that is always wanted by the Africans. Let's go to we are still on guinea nuts. Actually, as I told you, guinea nut is always loved by the Africans. We like fresh, that's why, and even in Olympics, marathons, Africans are tough, that's why we eat fresh, we eat nice food. So that is the only secret we use. Actually, athletics, they left with the East Africans. They are the ones always winning the medals according to what we eat. It is always the secret behind. Sometimes we have mixed up food also. It is always common in Africa. We can also mix fish. We can mix even some beans into fish, eat offals. Also, it is desirable by the African. So, my dear brother, sister, if you're interested in opening up an African restaurant or African dishes, these are some of the foods that are favorable for most of the Africans. I know not each and every African that likes this kind of food. I know countries that are around the coastlines, intermarriages is always occurring there. So you may find that African countries that lives on the coastline, they don't like such food, but most of the Africans. Let's go to this kind of food. It is called posho. Posho is always loved by the East African and Central Africa at large. So this is also good to prepare for the African people. This is always made out of maize, maize flour, and then after mingling to form a portion. Then leaving that apart, we have also the source of beans. We have another kind of food, sweet potatoes. Then we have yams. We have this kind of cassava, also loved by most of the African people. So these are kind of the foods that you can prepare, dishes that you can trust. Whatever I'm giving you here, these are the most favorable foods that is consumed by most of the Africans. Let's go to millet bread. This kind of millet bread is actually mixed up with cassava flour and millet flour. If you boil hot water after mingling, then you may end up making a millet bread. So millet bread is also common in Africa, and it is always liked by most of the African people. Leaving that apart, we have also rice. African people also like rice, since some of the African countries we carry out rice farming. So farming in Africa, as far as rice is concerned, is also occurring there. So rice is also loved by the Africans. Don't mind about that. If you prepare rice, African people, they will not eat so long as you prepare it well. Yeah, these are some of the favorite foods or dishes that is loved by the Africans. Let's go to chapati. Others they call them kobus, others paratha. These are also very common in Africa. So if you dare to cut out a restaurant in Africa or in other parts of the country where Africans are, always make sure you hire credible people that can make chapatis, paratha, or kubus. It will be loved by the Africans. Other kinds of food are always mixed up, like rice, beans, meat. It is also consumed by the African people. So in case you wish to open up an African restaurant or carrying out African dishes, it is always important. Even Irish potatoes is also loved by the Africans too. So do not fear to open up or to start with even preparing Irish potatoes. In addition to other kinds of food in Africa, these are the most loved food or dishes in Africa. So if you're just near African people, please, if you start preparing such kind of dishes, I tell you, my friend, you'll harvest big. So these are some of the African dishes that I managed to tell you. Please, I remain Wilson. Kindly subscribe to my channel so that you cannot miss out interesting videos like this one. Please share, comment, and subscribe to my channel for other interesting videos like this one. Those are some of the African dishes. We meet in another video.